Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Jackie Song and I make videos on just about anything, but with a concentration on film, food and family. Every now and then I post a film, a short film, a feature film, a documentary, stuff that has to do with my work. So the other day my friend and I, Matilda Albaseki, were arguing about whether marriage was an achievement or not. And we decided to record it and called a few other friends. We need a guy so that people don't think, oh, it's just women talking, whatever it is we're talking. So we have some guys to share their point. I think that marriage is a great thing, particularly if you get it right. But I don't know that I will call it an achievement. But you watch and tell us what you think.
Marriage is not an achievement.
Marriage is not an achievement.
Yes.
Okay.
Is marriage an achievement?
No, is marriage an achievement? Yeah, that's what
Is marriage an achievement?
Yes.
Okay, so who's gonna answer first?
No, marriage is not an achievement.
It's not.
Why don't you think it's an achievement?
Because I think achievements are things to do with you as a person, with your. I'm saying tangible things that happen with your productivity. That's what I believe achievements to be. I think that aspiring to something like marriage, for example, it does not equate aspiring to something like being a productive member of society. I don't think it's the same thing. Any random person can get married with the lowest IQ,
With the worst character.
with the worst character, with everything.
Okay, before it gets
To get certain things, so when you reach for achievements, I believe that it takes a certain level of discipline of XYZ to get certain things.
I think it's
I think
marriage is.
I'm just saying, I think that a successful marriage is an achievement.
But that's a different conversation though. We're talking about marriage.
Marriage.
Yeah,
Marriage not a successful marriage.
Marriage and a successful marriage. They're two different
The minute
things.
you get married,
They're very different
What
things
he
entirely.
said, not every marriage is an ideal.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it takes
so
a lot
what
of
we are
work. I'm
talking
just-
about is marriage itself.
successful
Whether it's
anything is
successful-
an achievement.
Yes.
Yes,
If
so
you
like
get which is why it's difficult to call marriage an achievement. Because if you get a degree or if you go to school, that's an achievement. So nobody's going to say, oh, if you went to a good school or something, you know.
No, I
that's
feel like-
probably the
I feel like
level of the
no,
achievement.
the
But
thing
if
is-
we say marriage is an achievement, we're saying that people that get married for people too, that's an achievement.
no, that's not. I don't think that's the point. If you want to talk about marriage, I feel like it would be marriage that was successful, marriage that is successful, marriage that people have given their 100%. I'm just saying,
Maybe
marriage.
we should
I'm just saying, marriage that people have given their 100% towards is an achievement. Everybody goes to school. Not everybody comes
Yeah,
out.
but of
So
course that
everybody
would be an
is the
achievement.
Oh, hold on, but-
Then there will
is
be
it-
nothing to argue.
No, hold on.
Yes,
Wait,
that's what I'm
no.
saying.
There is something to
I think we should
argue.
look at the
What is-
context.
Wait now. I think I'm on
Context
Matilda's
of
side.
The marriage
Yes.
being an achievement.
If I get a job, getting a job.
It's not an achievement.
Hold on. It can be an
Keeping
achievement.
job at least.
Yeah, getting a job
I
can
don't
be an
think getting
achievement.
a job is an
But
achievement.
it becomes a real achievement if you keep the job.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
so
what
yeah,
you're
that's
saying
the
about
basis
keeping
of
the
what
job
you're saying.
is an
Yeah,
achievement.
that's the
It's
only
not
basis
really-
for the conversation.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
everybody
Sorry.
gets married.
Sorry.
Sorry,
What's
it's about
marriage
marriage.
job where you're really bad at it?
That's the point.
And
If you are
you're the
really
worst
bad,
employee.
yeah,
But no. I'm saying, see, what we're talking about is whether marriage is an achievement or whether it isn't. If we start, I mean, clearly, a successful marriage is something to be proud of. It's something to hope for.
I aspire to,
Yeah.
and it takes work.
So that's a
It
different
does take-
conversation
no,
entirely.
but excuse me, but
marriage
if we say
itself is what
marriage,
we're saying.
no, hold
The
on,
fact
please.
that
If we
the
say
society-
marriage is an nobody will say somebody who
But
is
that's-
married
but
married
that
for
was the
paper
base
is
of
okay,
this
an
conversation.
achievement.
so
No,
why
that's-
is
I feel
marriage
like-
not an achievement? Can you state your point?
Thank you
Yes.
That's
for
what I
giving
wanted
me
us
this
to do,
floor.
to give,
Yeah, I
like,
take it.
give it context.
I think that for the same reason why she's insisting that we should talk about marriage as a successful marriage,
Okay.
being an achievement. That's why we cannot call marriage on its own an achievement, because there are terrible marriages, and particularly because of the culture that we are in. The fact that we're teaching people to strive to be married for whatever circumstances, and we're trying to not make this the case, because there's so many people in terrible marriages who can't come out because if we see something and as an achievement,
Then
it means then if you
you-
come out
you're
of
a
it, you
failure.
fail.
You feel that.
And we don't want you to be called a failure, because we would rather that you come out of a bad marriage than for you
Yeah,
to
like-
die in a bad marriage. And there have been so many cases
Okay,
of
Matilda,
women and men alike who
My
have been
thing
killed
is-
in their marriages.
Some married for whatever reason. Those for me, in my mind, they're not really marriages. They're marriages that
They
a marriage for me, a marriage is when two people decide, come together and decide that we're going to live the rest of our lives together, whether or not thick or thin, or the whole process, the whole meaning every word. Hold on, I'm just saying, please, can I hold on? Meaning every word that they say, through thick or thin, rich or poor, meaning all of those things, and they get married. Do you understand? Which sometimes is not successful, and it's okay. It's okay to walk away from a marriage that, even despite everything that has been said, and somehow it's just not working. It's okay to walk away. In fact, I advocate that you walk away.
Okay.
But a successful marriage, one that two people who came together, work hard to keep, that is an achievement. And I feel like saying marriage is not an achievement, it's a bit dismissive.
A successful marriage, as you defined it, yes, even I would agree, is an achievement.
I would
But
agree.
marriage,
marriage. Okay.
Then you haven't said anything.
I want to
that
talk.
you carry the trophy.
No,
You say something.
okay.
You say
Let me
something.
do it. Now, for me, I think that marriage is an achievement. Successful marriage. Well, when we say marriage, when someone decides that they want.
By the way, you're the only single person there, so that
Thank
we're
you very
clear.
much. It's
But
okay.
let's stop talking.
When
Makes no difference, though.
It does, but maybe his girlfriend is watching.
Excuse me. When someone makes a decision that I want to get married, there are reasons. There are reasons you decide that I want to get married. You want to get married because you love someone. Yeah, that's basic. You want to get married because you want to have kids. You want to get married because you want to be responsible. You climb to a level. For some people, it is the coming of age, and it marks a time in your life that you make certain decisions that transform you, that elevate you. So for me, when you make that decision and you go through with it, it is an achievement. Now, if it then collapses, if it then becomes a failure, you can walk out of that marriage like she said. So for me, that decision to have kids, to be with somebody, to cherish somebody, to take care of somebody, to be responsible for life, for me, it's a brilliant achievement. Yes.
Okay, so I think we need to put this into context because the whole conversation started as a result of the fact that there are people in, not ideal marriages, and because of that saying of marriage is an achievement, and because people that leave marriages are looked down on, they are looked upon as people that have failed at something. So we're now saying, where did this, thinking of marriage is an achievement come about? And so we're saying that, you shouldn't act like the fact that you're married or not married is something to be judged upon. So if somebody
But we're not talking about
says,
judgment.
No.
It doesn't take
part
away.
of it.
Judgment
It's part
is
of
not
it.
part of it.
It's part of it.
No.
Yeah.
Let me explain
You judge
what
something
let me
to be
explain what I
achievement.
mean.
Judge something to be
Because
achievement.
in the first place, to say something is an achievement, you're judging. Let's
Not
be real.
necessarily.
No, you are.
Judging does
No.
not connote
No,
a negative word.
sorry.
Judging.
No, I don't mean
Judging.
judging in a negative
Do you hear what you guys
Sister,
are saying?
if
You
you have
guys
a
are saying
panel-
marriage
if you have a
is not an
panel-
achievement.
It is not an
Definitely.
achievement. It is not an
Sorry,
achievement.
let me.
No,
let
you
me
guys
finish.
are
How can
saying,
anything
let
that-
her finish.
Sorry.
No, she will finish. It's the
Sorry,
judgment
just
thing.
law.
It's the judgment thing.
Let's
The lawyer, that's why
We're
she
not
used the word
judging.
judge. Calm down.
Let me tell you why I use
Continue.
the word
Okay.
judge.
Alright.
If you're at a competition now, don't you have to judge to decide who is the winner?
Yeah, but this is not a competition.
No, what we are saying, okay,
But
it's not a
like-
competition.
Calm
But
down. Keep going.
do you realize that you have that for you to say you have achieved something,
There's a
taking
measure.
judgment. You're
Yeah.
measuring it by something.
Okay, so is that a bad
So
thing?
No, that's
No,
what
it's
you're
not a bad
missing.
thing.
We're not saying judgment in a negative way. We're saying you have to judge somebody to be saying, you have achieved or you didn't achieve.
Okay.
And what we're now saying is that marriage is something that should be a choice. It's something you shouldn't have to do by force.
Exactly.
It's not do or die.
Mhm.
And we're now saying that that marriage is not for everybody.
Mhm.
Do we all agree that it's
Yeah,
not for
yeah,
everybody?
yeah, it's not for
Yes,
everybody.
and so
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
saying-
that's
And so we're
absolutely.
saying that people.
Hello. What do you mean by marriage is not for everybody?
Yeah, marriage
So
is
are you
not for
saying you don't want
everybody.
good things for everybody?
Excuse me.
Excuse
Marriage.
me.
This
No,
guy is
that's not what he's saying.
This is an achievement.
Okay, no, you
That's
can't
not
do
even
it.
what
Let
he's
me
That's
saying.
not
respond
what
to
it
what
is.
he said.
That's not even
So
what
He
he's
was saying
saying.
something about someone who decides to cherish someone and all those very nice things that sound very M&B-ish and stuff. Awesome. how about the ones who this is? You're making it sound as if when two people decide to get, this is necessarily what they have decided that they're going to be. But half the time, that's not the case.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes somebody gets
pregnant.
Many times people just marry.
Sometimes
because
let
me say something. Let me say
let's
something.
marry.
See, you know what? This kind of argument, it tilts both ways, and it is what the people that say
What's
it
the
is what you
best
take
way?
from it.
Personal,
You understand?
And that's what I was trying to explain. That everybody's situation is different.
Exactly.
So somebody can decide that for them, marriage is not something they want.
Marriage.
I have nothing
Exactly.
against that.
Marriage.
But somebody can decide that marriage is something that I want to aspire to, but not just any kind of marriage. A
successful marriage.
A marriage to
Exactly.
be proud
If
of.
people
Yes.
start to qualify
Yes.
it, then I will not have a problem. If you start to say that a successful marriage is
Something
an
an
achievement or
achievement,
something,
then
I will
yes.
have a
Oh,
problem.
okay.
Even
Well,
though
just any
that may
marriage-
have its own problems,
Mhm.
because then it will be, how do you define success?
Success.
What's the definition of success?
And
Yeah,
it's such a
but then
subjective.
it's
That's
very
subjective.
subjective.
Yeah, very
It's really
subjective. It is.
Very
But
subjective.
Can I say
why
something
we
now?
are,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we are
Can I
trying
say
to
something
avoid,
now, please?
sorry, before you talk, I just want to finish this. What we are trying to avoid is we don't want people feeling like if you are not married, there's something wrong with you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Marriage involves a certificate.
Yes. Yes.
Certificate of marriage.
Yes.
In modern times.
What are there any qualifications? Special qualifications? Is there any special work that you need to have done
To have that
to
certificate.
have that marriage certificate?
No, yes.
Come on, stop it now!
Yes.
Don't give me that.
No,
They
Wait,
say
no,
they
no.
used to say
God,
they used to
okay,
say
I agree.
No, don't say that.
they used
Come
to
on.
say
special work.
marriage. Hold on.
Is
They
What do
used
you
to
mean by
say
special
marriage
work?
is the
Explain
only
yourself.
Is
institution.
there
now.
an exam you have to do?
Hey, now
Are
you're
there any
talking.
grades
Come
you
on
need to
now.
have? Do you need to get any
Don't
SAT?
They used to
grades?
Metaphorically,
Do you
there
need to
are.
get
It-
800
metaphorically.
They
in
used to
There
say
are.
that
It's Coco
marriage
and
is the
I.
only
I'm
institution that you go into
Yeah.
and you get
with a
certificate
certificate at the beginning.
instead of
Yeah.
at the end.
because it's not
Because it's not
because it was not
so-
designed. I'm just saying because it was not designed
Because
it wasn't designed
to be an accolade, to be an
because
award.
it wasn't designed to
And
that
to
there
be
will
an
be an
achievement.
end to
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't designed that there will be an end to it. Is the only institution that I feel like two people on earth did not come together and say, okay, let's forge marriage. Marriage, I feel, was by God, from God,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
religion. I'm not going to try to go
That's,
into the
that's,
religious
that's
stuff.
if you're,
I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm not
that's if
trying to
you're
go
coming
into
from
the religious stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to say that
That's
we
another
can.
debate.
I'm just trying to say that we can. I can say to you. I can
Yeah.
say
Because
to
marriage
you.
is a social
I can
construct.
say to you
Yes.
that well done because like oh you've been married for 20 years.
Yeah.
Well done. That's
Yes.
quite an achievement.
Yes.
And I can say to somebody else, oh you're a doctor. Well done. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah, that's not
Because you know I'm just saying that for me or for other 20 little girls, whoever that aspire,
Why
that
did
their
you say 20 little
aspiration.
boys?
20 little girls because I feel like girls are they dream more about their marriage and that's not even a bad thing.
problem.
Hold on, that's not even a
that's
not even
From
a
society.
no, but it's not
why
like
we're insisting.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Hold on.
If you aspire towards world peace,
I'm just saying.
removing hunger,
But you don't get to decide what people aspire towards.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not. It's
People
not.
can make
It's
their
not your prerogative
choices.
So
to
listen.
decide what somebody's
listen.
choice
So we
is.
should
listen,
aspire
it's not
to
by
making
choice.
the society.
Listen.
But that's not-
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody is against that.
Exactly. But if
Yeah, marriage
Marriage-
is-
hold
No,
on.
no,
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 hold
no,
on.
no,
Hold on. Let me say what I'm
Excuse
saying.
me.
Excuse me.
Let me
Somebody
say.
wait.
No, no, no,
Somebody
no,
wait.
no,
What
yeah.
I'm saying is. What I'm
Oh,
saying.
no,
Hold on.
no.
Hold on. I'm not even going
No.
towards that. I'm just saying that it is
No,
not
but you
your
know that we
business
must react
what's
to what
mine.
you're saying.
No, I'm just saying it's not your business what I'm aspiring towards.
Yeah.
But I'm
Whatever
saying that
works
it
for
is
me.
because
Marriage.
Whatever
you're
works for
not
me.
in a- Nobody
Getting-
exists
getting-
in isolation.
But if it works
Getting
for
a
me,
marriage
Nobody
certificate.
It's
exists.
just like-
It has to be
it's
like
just like
not
it's just
an
like
achievement.
it's just like
It has to
growing
be
up.
not
It's
about
just
the
like growing up.
certificate.
Come on
Growing
now.
up. When
At the
Excuse me.
beginning, it's
Okay.
all
Nobody
about the
answered.
certificate.
Sir,
At the beginning.
No, let me
Nobody
answer. Can
answered.
I answer his question?
Answer his
He
question.
said,
Okay.
he said, do you need to have any
Special
I want to
qualifications.
respond to that.
qualification,
Yes.
any grade?
Yes.
What is
Wait now, Shebi, we all went to school.
Is
And
the
we
law-
No.
wait now. Let me
Oh,
go.
yeah, well,
Can I-
wait,
can
yeah,
I just
wait,
questions
yeah.
just
something about judgment?
And
Oh,
I
lost
don't
it.
know. I wouldn't answer
so,
that
so,
because
so people go to school,
Yeah.
right? And they. So what is that thing they say that don't pass through the school, let the school pass through you. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, it is not necessarily about the certificate, but because we know people that bribe their way out of school.
Yes.
So that certificate is not it's not a prerequisite to say, okay, fine, it's an achievement. It is when you go into it. That's the achievement. It's a process.
When you're able to work towards it.
So what is the point of marriage? Is it the ceremony?
So hold on.
What are you saying?
What's your argument?
But do you realize that for some people, the fact that they even made it down the altar, they made it to that altar.
I am not
in
that conversation. So what are you talking about those people? That is our conversation. And that's the end of the conversation. I am talking about the institution.
Because we say it's like you have to talk about these people. That's not the marriage he's talking about. He's talking about marriage as a
Wait. You know, he was asking that, do you need anything to get that certificate? And you were saying that your achievement is after. And I said no. Some people have been courting for like 10 years. There are so many odds that they've come across. Maybe they had to, get an education. They suffered to achieve so many things, and that marriage that they made it to that altar to get that certificate is one of their own achievements.
What's the essence of that certificate? What's the essence of that certificate?
That they are now husband and wife.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. But it's
So
not
how do
you define
What
marriage?
he's saying is that is when you have entered in marriage.
What is the definition?
And you've been able to make it successful.
Where's my phone? Please let me bring the phone. How do you define marriage? I want to listen.
Don't ask me that until you listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen now. Now, at the point where people get married and get the certificates,
yes,
have they achieved something?
No.
Then you're on the same side with me.
No. What is marriage?
He's saying that it's a
then the conversation is on the surface.
Yes,
because that's not when the conversation is
on the surface. Successful marriage is
so I'm not having a deep conversation.
No, it's okay if not having it. Life is not about it's marriage and achievement.
Because
you just said it, and I know I agree with you.
I feel like this conversation is saying, oh, we have to talk about this aspect of marriage. Don't talk about the other side. No. We don't want people to know that there's a good part to it. No. Don't talk about this. Talk about this part of it. I'm just saying that a successful marriage is an achievement. A successful marriage is an achievement. I'm just also saying that it's okay. I'm just also saying that it's okay if you're in a marriage and it's abusive and you feel like you need to walk away. It's okay to walk away. You're not less than anybody.
You're not randomly come and say
that
it's okay to walk away.
I want to say something about
what
he was saying.
Let's talk.
Even me, nobody's allowing me to talk.
We're on the same side here. Do you realize? Because we're all saying marriage is great, marriage is good, you love marriage. But what we are saying and what you have agreed to now, you can't take it back by the way, is that marriage doesn't become an achievement until you have been in it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's not what you started off with. That may be what you announced. But from the beginning, that's what I said. I said a successful marriage is an achievement. That's what I said from the beginning.
You know,
the first time I opened my mouth was that a successful marriage
argument was because somebody said something on Twitter about marriage being an achievement, and I replied saying that it wasn't. Because there are too many things to it, and I feel that was selfish. I am in a good marriage, I bet I'm not going to come out and say,
you're in a great marriage, you travel all the time.
All right,
thank you. So because I need to consider so many other things. So even though I may say some things to my friends, but on public platforms, because I know that I have a responsibility to so many other women that are dealing with so many other things, which was my response to that person. We've got to be careful what we say. Society already puts a lot of pressure on women. You've got to marry. You've got to have babies. You've got to have male children. Yes. There's too much.
Okay, can we all make our final?
There's always one hurdle after the other that you have to cross.
One final.
When you finish your education,
one by one.
You must marry. When you marry,
one by one.
Not for too long.
Not for too long.
Yeah, just short. Just a minute.
The reason why 1 minute.
30 seconds.
30, 29,
Okay,
28.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Move on, next question.
Yeah.
The reason why we would stand out and say, marriage is an achievement is because we don't want people coming out and doing whatever it takes to get married. You see, the real thing about marriage, you want a successful marriage, or to have a successful marriage, you have to be a successful person. You have to build yourself as a successful person. Now, if we remove marriage from the equation and say people focus on being successful people, being happy and fulfilled and being productive, and then if you find someone there along the line of your life, of your happiness, and you guys click and you want to spend the rest of your life together, then fine, and it works, and you remain together till you die,
That's amazing.
then that's a freaking wonderful achievement.
Thing, and you deserve
But when you stand up and you say marriage is an achievement without doing the background work, then we're just setting people up to get into things for society.
Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Sit down. Shimama now will be proud of me.
She will be.
Alright, Matilda.
Only
I think that just stating, going on to state that marriage is not an achievement, I feel like maybe the word is wrong. I feel like maybe it should be explained to say not every a successful marriage, that is an achievement, but not every Tom, Dick, and Harry kind of marriage where people just want to marry. Oh, okay, I'm out of school now. No. You cannot live on somebody else's timeline.
Yeah.
Live on your timeline whenever you feel like you're, like Deyemi said, if you're not successful, I don't know how you're going to. Marriage it doesn't take two half people.
Yeah.
Two whole people can come together, and then, because then it might be difficult to have a successful marriage. No matter how quickly you run into it, you quickly run out as well, because then it can't be a successful marriage.
What I wanted to say is that I think, what this topic, I hope what we all take away from this is that we need to be careful how because this pressure that is on women is ridiculous. When we were growing up, okay, so the first hurdle is that, so you have to make it into university. Okay, first you finish primary school, you get into a good secondary school, you have to make it to university. When you finish your education, immediately you finish your education, you have to do NYC. When you do NYC, you have to get a good job. And some people buy that. After university, they start telling you have to marry, you have to look for a good husband, this and that. And none of the things, if you like, do master, do PhD, be a professor, for some people, until that husband is added to it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't. It's not important
because we go through it.
Yes, men go through that.
Women more, to be honest.
No, now when I'm approaching 35,
but so until, and then when you marry, you must have children, and then some really barbaric, archaic people. Having children is not enough. You must have a new child, and then there's now that pressure whether this man is beating you to pulp every day, whether it makes you feel worthless, whether it makes you feel like rubbish, whether he doesn't take care of your children, you must stay in that marriage. That marriage must work, because it's an achievement if you stay in that marriage and it works. Whether you are alive or you die there, that marriage must work. You must stay there. And we need to focus more on having wholesome lives, having healthy minds.
Just to add to what she's saying, it's I feel that it's you can't judge a lot of things in isolation. We see marriage the way we see so many other things. With the same way we see, for those who are Christians, the way we see Christianity in Nigeria, the way we see Islam in Nigeria. So it's not about Christianity in itself, it's about the name. So you find people stealing, that the next day they're raising holy hands in worship and stuff like that. So it's the same thing with marriage. I'm married, but you're not in any way loving or cherishing your spouse. So in that case, you're not in a marriage. Two of you are just, one of my somebody I know says that she doesn't see her husband as a husband, but as a roommate. Because they don't do anything that makes them man and wife.
That is not an achievement.
So that's what we're saying. So if we want to preach that people should marry, then what we should be preaching is not for two people to come together and stand at the altar and say, I do. It should be more about loving and cherishing and supporting one another.
So for me, from everything, what I've taken home
is that you don't have a point.
No,
you joined us after a while.
Please, Deyemi, hold yourself. It is communication. semantics. You said you saw this on Twitter, and that statement alone can be misleading. It is not explained. So people should be careful of what they say. I mean, you've mentioned that, and I think I agree with you there. So when Chimamanda says, don't open doors for women, then it goes into some sensationalism. And in this age of social media, people take things, a lot of young people, and they react to it.
So particularly Nigeria, because we don't want to do our homework. They just see a line and stuff.
So I think that's one challenge that we have. So when people say things, people should be clear.
Yes.
You should not say things just because you want people to respond and you want it to become, you want to go viral. It brings a lot.
We all have a responsibility.
If that person has said a successful marriage is an achievement, you would have agreed.
Exactly. Of course.
Yes. On that note.
Alright guys, so we've all agreed that a successful marriage is the achievement, not necessarily marriage itself. Thank you for watching.
Not the wedding.
Everybody but
the wedding is at the party.